Wait, I'm not ready.
Well, hi there, folks. We got a right banger of a show going for you today.
Ah, okay.
But it's not on this channel. Goodbye.
In this corner, Aslan. In that corner, the librarian. Who will win? The fate of the universe is at stake.
Oh, the author.
Really?
note.
I thought
Okay.
the thing at stake here would be my library books.
I mean, one of those is God and the other is Aslan, so...
Shut up.
Anyway, we're continuing a fucking Narnia fanfiction, Unexpected Love.
What happened after I ducked out last time?
Nothing!
Okay.
Absolute jack and shit.
Okay,
You're right.
cool.
Nothing did happen.
Cool, I missed nothing.
Because nothing has happened in any of this so far.
And we only have 5 chapters, so... This should be interesting.
God, we're on chapter 2. Author's note. This chapter starts out 1 year Narnian time. Then does a flashback to 6 months before that, then comes back to the 1 year mark.
What?
Okay, but why though?
I'm dying inside.
Anne stood in front of the mirror in one of the many rooms of the castle, simply admiring herself in her beautiful Narnian-style wedding dress. She couldn't believe that this was really happening. She couldn't believe that in just 1 short hour she and Caspian would be married and that she would be the queen of Narnia. Never in all her wildest dreams had she ever imagined that this would happen.
Wasn't she technically previously a queen of Narnia?
Maybe.
I mean, so long as she went on that first quest with her siblings.
Well, we don't know if she did or not. That's the problem.
It kind of implied that she did, though. Dialogue.
You actually remember what this bitch said?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Not directly, but I remember a hinting that she had been to Narnia during the events of the first book. During the events of, like, The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe.
I thought it was.
I don't know what a Narnia is. I haven't read it in a while. I haven't watched it in a while, so, you know.
You aren't missing much.
I'd rather like the books, thank you very much, but...
Okay, and?
I'm just saying I like them while you dislike them, so I'm just providing devil's advocate here.
Devil's advocate on the Christian apologetics. Okay.
Yes.
Well, here's the thing. When I read Narnia, I'm not going to look at that and say, yes, this has Christian apologetics. It's so bad. I'm going to be like, all right, this is a cool story.
I'm not saying it's bad for that. I'm saying it's bad for laziness.
My personal favorite is the one where it kind of breaks away from the Pevensies story in The Horse and His Boy. That one was really good. I enjoyed it a lot.
How'd they get to the world in that one?
Well, I mean, there are still people in the world of Narnia. Just not everyone comes from Earth, but so that was one of the things.
Yeah, I mean, if that were the case, there'd be a lot of questions to ask about the Minotaurs.
Mm-hmm.
So, who's your dad and who's your mom? I don't know. They just look really
dad was a
uncomfortable.
very disturbed man, and my mom was the cow that he had in his field.
That's terrifying.
Just like cut to her still alive father just staring at the cow with like that look on his face.
Minotaur just shudders. Like, think about it.
As she waited for the ceremony to begin, she couldn't help but think back to just 6 months earlier, back when her soon-to-be husband had asked her all that important question. Something, whatever question.
That all-important question.
Yeah.
All that important question?
Yeah.
6 months earlier, it was mid-afternoon, and she had been walking through the gardens, just enjoying the view, thinking about how lucky she was to be here, and to have the most wonderful man in her life to share it with. Right about that time, she felt 2 strong arms wrap around her waist, and suplex her. She knew right away who it was.
It really is beautiful here, isn't it? She had asked.
Upside down.
I've been practicing this move for a while now.
She's just kind of looking with her head just kind of slammed into the ground. I could actually admire it a little bit better from this angle. That's weird.
No, her head is buried in the soil.
It really is beautiful here, isn't it?
Yes, but not as beautiful as you, my love.
Oh, thanks, honey.
Wait, what? Yes, but not as beautiful as you, my love, he had whispered into her ear, implying that he was also inside the ground.
No. It's just that. Just put his head right next to the hole.
Before he dipped his head down and placed a gentle kiss on her neck. Ugh. I don't get why people like kissing the neck. I think that's
because
fake.
it's a sensitive area. Also, the skin tends to be smooth.
Alright. Seems kind of weird, just to kiss people on the neck. Then again, I'm just thinking of a stranger walking up to you and just touching your neck in general.
It's weird
and I'm just
if it's
no,
a stranger.
It's weird to kiss a stranger, period.
I mean, we'll leave my bar antics alone. But
hey, they're not a stranger if you introduce yourself.
So long as it's consensual.
She had turned around and found herself still wrapped in his arms and looking right into his eyes. I love you so much, Annie. Never forget that.
She had smelled. I love you too, Caspian. All of the forever. They both leaned in and shared a very gentle yet very passionate kiss before he had taken her hand in his, pulling her out of the ground.
I'm just imagining that sound of the cartoon, pulling the carrots out of the ground. I don't know how to make the sound, but y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay. Are you lying, Zane?
No.
Okay, good. I'm glad. It also would have been funny if you were lying, though, but either way.
I could be lying now.
Okay. You could. Come with me, my darling. Yeah, that's my line. Come with me, my darling. I have something I want to show you. He held out his arm, which she had gladly taken. They had walked only a short distance when they had all of a sudden stopped.
I mean, unless you're part snake, I don't want to hear darling coming from you.
Yes, I agree completely.
Darling.
Nightmare flashbacks to the Darling and the Franks clips I've seen on YouTube.
That one really just went down the shitter.
A little bit.
Started out promising and then just fucking nosedived.
Mm-hmm.
Much like me on a daily spiral to nothingness. Sorry. Just got a bit edgy there. Got glass in my throat.
Why were you eating glass, Zane?
I thought he said class.
Well, because it's classy to eat glass.
I mean, I beg to differ, but I don't tend to associate with the rich.
Oh, come on, Zane. Aluminum cans are better for your diet.
You're right. My bad. I just want to try something new,
Yeah, no. Glass is pretty good on occasion, but...
The glue from the label of tin cans is obviously where it's at.
You're one of those kids who ate paste.
No, I'm actually part goat.
Okay, there we go.
Is that why you have horns?
Essentially.
Shut up. All right. Come with me, my darling, right?
No.
No, the one after that.
Now look all around you, and everything the light touches shall one day be yours.
You saw it too.
One day all... Oh my god. It's pretty much the same line, too.
Yeah.
One day all of this, everything your eyes could see will not only belong to me, but to you, my queen, as well.
Literally, I read that line and I was like, it's some fucking Lion King moment.
Yeah, I saw that from underneath the giant 5-ton rock I live under. So that's saying something.
What's that shadowy place over there, Caspian?
That's Telmarine. You must never go there.
That's the elephant's graveyard. Why is there an elephant graveyard?
Because we eat all elephants, son.
What? So why are you marrying me if I'm your son? I thought I was a woman.
Anything's possible in Narnia.
Oh God, it's fan fiction.
Yes. Yes, Tom. Thank you for noticing.
Wait. We're not reading the Chronicles of Narnia. We're reading fan fiction.
I mean, it's basically indistinguishable, but yeah, we're not.
Yeah, that's it. I quit. I'm done. Sorry, guys. I'm out.
Wait, this isn't the Back Alley Book Club?
I was wondering why Ichitan wasn't here.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering that too. Like, wait, I'm not supposed to be here. Whatever.
What am I
Really
doing
awkward because I
here?
didn't even read the book.
Things to come.
Why are you showing all this to me, though?
Did she? What?
You did what?
You
And
dense
come
bitch.
on.
Weird. It's almost like you're getting married or some shit.
Weird. It's
I'm
almost like I want to fuck you.
I'm showing all this to you, my love. He got down on one knee and produced a small black box because I want you to be my queen. He then opened the box, revealing the most beautiful ring she had ever seen. It had a band of 6 small diamonds on top, one big diamond in the middle, another band of 6 small diamonds on the bottom. Her hands had flown to her mouth in utter surprise. She had had no idea that he had even been thinking about doing this.
The ring itself was etched from the bones of a deceased man. We never did quite figure out who it was, but it was the thought that counts.
I'm just picturing somebody trying to like marry a goth woman, and instead of a bunch of really shiny diamonds, it's a bunch of black gems.
Obsidians.
You go specifically with leather and chains.
No, that's for my BDSM circle, sir.
Clearly, someone hasn't seen the jewelry at Hot Topic.
Yeah, I don't look at jewelry in Hot Topic, nor do I usually go to a Hot Topic.
And what about those shirts you got Friday, my good sir?
Exactly, I don't go there often, and when I do go, I look at the left side, as in, i.e., the side with only shirts.
Point is, if you're going to go for that kind of jewelry, you'll go for the leather and chains.
Or I don't. Ever think of that? Yeah. Bet
I
you
mean,
did.
you are single.
Yeah, but you know what I also am not?
Dating someone?
Dating a goth chick. You know who's also not dating a goth chick? You!
Tom?
Actually, we don't know anything about Tom's girlfriend, or at least I
mean,
don't. She could be goth for all we know.
She's not.
Ah.
Said Zane. You already know that I only go for orcs.
Exactly, so I'm pretty sure orcs aren't goth.
Okay.
Some of
What
them,
if it's a goth orc?
Yeah,
Well,
yes.
then I'm pretty sure you might need to buy something a bit bigger than a ring, because they're going to be pretty ripped. That's why you buy the leather and chain and then attach the gem to it then.
You see, I was gonna buy you a choker, but with how thick your neck is, I just decided to go for a belt. Oh.
You made me look up goth orc, so thanks for that.
Ah, fuck, I need to find that one. I need to find that one with the lady who was wearing this shirt that said "So goth, I was born black."
Also, I found this weird picture.
Pretty good armor work right there. Oh, okay.
Look at the size of his head.
That man's shoulders. That is
My name is Tiny.
That is definitely got to be like at least partially fetish art.
Awesome.
This is supposed to has been made by the Tiny Neck Gang.
The Tiny Head Gang.
Tiny Head Gang. Imagine having a big fat head that arrows could hit. Couldn't be me.
Damn it. Found it, by the way. Boop.
I'm showing all this to you, my love. Oh no. He took her left hand in his and had looked deep into her eyes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, now you got the right one.
When I first laid eyes on you, I thought I was dreaming because I didn't think it was possible that anyone would be that beautiful. The first time you smiled at me, my heart literally skipped a beat. From the first time we kissed, I realized right then and there that I wanted nothing more than to wake up in your arms every day for the rest of my life.
Wait, he wants to be the little spoon?
Really are the best thing that has ever happened to me, Anne. I love you more than life itself and could never imagine my life without you. Will you marry me? Ugh, it's making me sick.
Yeah, that seems kind of unhealthy. I mean, I'm not going to knock the guy for wanting to be the little spoon, but other than that, seems a bit obsessive, my dude. Ooh, that's a nice one. Anyway.
You're a nice one, bitch. God,
yes.
Fuck you.
As you could imagine, tears had now started streaming down her face. Yes, Caspian, of course I'll marry you. They had both smiled. As he placed the ring on her finger and had been picked up, and had then picked her up and twirled her around in his arms.
And then Batista bombed her.
And then suplexed her again.
Also, I think I found what happens if you mix a dark elf with an orc. This man has mad. This man has mad crystal energy.
Why my boy so wide?
Nice hair.
He's built like a square. That's a man with a body you can't hide behind.
The new beef slab. I'm sorry, Kresnik, you've been replaced. The fact that I've been calling him that this entire time and he just recently started responding to it.
Well, maybe he's just recently noticed it.
Anyway, and they had both leaned in for a kiss. This had been no ordinary kiss, though. The kiss had been a promise. Fuck you got against ordinary kisses. It had been a promise.
They've already kissed on the neck, which is apparently very ordinary.
Yes. I mean, God fucking damn it. Anyway, a promise that one day they would be husband and wife. A promise that one day she would be his queen, and she honestly couldn't have been any happier. So much political power.
6 months later, she was just starting to come back to reality when she heard a voice on the other side of the door. Oh boy.
That back to reality. Whoops, there goes gravity.
This is what I think when I hear kissing people on the neck.
Christ. Only if you're bad at it.
Well then, how about we look at how to kiss your partner's neck 7 steps on WikiHow?
If you're using WikiHow for anything romantic, you are a mistake.
1. Stroke your partner's neck with your fingers.
You just are a mistake at that point.
2. Kiss your partner on a sensitive part of her neck. 2. Perform a variety of neck kissing techniques. 1. Wet your lips for the closed mouth kiss. 2. Kiss your partner's neck with an opened mouth. 3. Slow down. 4. Suck gently on your partner's neck. 5. Gently bite your partner's neck.
I mean, yeah, biting is pretty normal.
Okay, so do you have to Google this in order to figure it out? It's just
if you have to Google
this is best done when you have been kissing for a while and you turn to face his or her neck. Sucking may result in a hickey no matter how lightly, so make sure your partner is comfortable with that ahead of time. Licking or biting is more advisable after you're really comfortable with your partner. Don't try it the first time you kiss your partner's neck.
Just a little nibble.
Make sure the kiss isn't dry. Be sure to keep your lips moistened through the night just to be safe. Keep a chapstick in your pocket and stay hydrated with water throughout the day, and you'll be good to go.
Nothing is unsexier than someone applying chapstick.
Don't make the kiss too dry, but don't make it too wet. Some women don't like a slobber mouth. Try to kiss her jawline too. Kiss the jawline.
Yeah, that's typically the whole thing if you're going from the mouth to the neck, and so you're just leaving a trail.
Kissing, sucking, and biting your partner's neck could likely result in your partner getting turned on. Be sure that you are in an appropriate place in your relationship before trying this, as can easily be seen as a sign of getting intimate. Check with your partner beforehand. Warnings: if you want to bite your partner's neck, make sure that you do it very gently. Not only will a rough bite to the neck be a turnoff, but it could really hurt your partner.
I mean, the turnoff thing depends on the partner.
Ooh, how to be romantic on the phone.
Jesus fucking Christ, get off WikiHow and just read your line.
How to know if your girlfriend wants to have sex with you.
Is she saying, I want to have sex? If so, probably yes.
I want to see if that's on there.
Oh, God fucking damn it.
I'll read my line real quick, though. Which would...
It's the librarian.
It's time, dear one. Are you ready? The librarian asked.
I've never been more ready for anything in my life, she replied, books in hand. She walked out of the room, and she stood next to her, and he stood next to her on her right. About that time, the music began to play, and everyone there stood up to watch. Wait, is she being walked down the aisle by God?
Yep.
I'm sorry. What?
We gather here today to act as two coming together, like one returning books to the library.
Have you come to return your books, dear?
We're still waiting on yours, Gerald. Glares at a random satyr in the crowd.
Ooh, also, my favorite part of how to know if your girlfriend wants to have sex with you. Method 2. Just ask.
Why was that not step 1?
That's step 1 for method 2.
I mean, I'd hope that once you get to know your partner well enough, you'd be able to just figure it out, but you have to be really fucking clueless.
Question: is it a must to have sex during a relationship?
No? Asexuals are a thing. They can have healthy romantic relationships. Fuck.
Sex and love aren't synonyms, and everyone is ready for sex at different times. Don't feel pressured to have sex just because you think people in a relationship should have sex.
You can have sex without love, and you can have love without sex.
Ooh, how to hide a hickey.
I mean, turtlenecks tend to help.
How to smoke someone. How to moan. Understanding the moan. 1. Knowing that moaning is involuntary, in theory.
Zane, the more you put this off, the longer we're going to be stuck on this fan fiction.
I just love the fact that the thing based off Christian literature is where he starts getting hypersexual.
3. Don't feel pressure to moan. Part 2. Knowing when to moan. 1. Avoiding outright faking it. 2. Moan softly during foreplay. 3. Moan loudly when things get intense. 3. Practicing your moan. 1. Start by sighing softly. 2. Breathe in and out audibly. 3. As your breath intensifies, add some voice and tone to your breath. 4. Add a few. 5. Try it out the next time you're with your partner. 6. Remember that there is no right or wrong way to moan.
This is an interesting rabbit hole we've fallen into.
Woo! How to ask someone if they want to have sex. How to kiss a boy. Aw. How to get guy to notice you.
Yeah, you replace guy with senpai, it'd be funnier.
How to confess your love to someone. How to have sex appeal. Ooh. Now please face each other. Take the other person's hand in your own and look deeply into each other's eyes. They did, and he first looked over at Caspian.
Wait. Okay, what? What just happened? Okay, first off, I never finished my line and Tom never read his. She glided down the aisle with him right by her side the whole time. All the guests were absolutely blown away by how beautiful she looked. Also, the main character was there. But she was completely oblivious to all of them. The only person she was looking at was Caspian. Anne, that's her name. She's left so little of an imprint that I completely forgot her name.
She was so focused on Caspian, she didn't notice the assassin coming through the window.
Which is really concerning, considering the fact that the window wasn't open, so there was a loud shattering noise. Should have been really obvious.
Everyone else who looked over, even Caspian, but she just kept looking at him.
Librarian just turns to look like, wait, what? What was that? Oh, God.
Librarian, I'll give you a book if you don't get in my way.
Make it 5 and you've got a deal.
He just pulls out like 5 books.
The only person she was looking at was Caspian. He was the only person in the room she truly cared about. You've got another thing coming. He gently took her hand in his, and together they turned to face the librarian, who already made her way up to the front. She nodded to everyone, signifying that they could sit down, and the ceremony began.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to join your new king, Caspian the 10th, and Lady Anne Pevensey in the bonds of holy matrimony. If anyone else here sees any reason why these two should not be joined, please speak now or forever hold your peace. There was an ever so slight pause, and no one said anything, so she continued. She spoke briefly to everyone before then addressing the two of them.
I'm just imagining her behind the whole fucking pulpit thing.
Mm-hmm.
But with the way that we've joked about her proportions being, you just have her legs on either side of it and her arms just out to the side with her hands grasping the sides of it.
Oh, hey, how to prevent coronavirus. How to treat coronavirus. How to identify coronavirus. How to make Jell-O shots.
Okay, that one I need.
Alright, let's look at how to make Jell-O shots.
Fuck.
Method 1, traditional Jell-O shots.
I mean, I could literally just look up a recipe online. Same I did for those cookies.
That's what I'm doing right now, except I'm on fucking WikiHow.
Hey.
There's gotta be a random button. Random article! Yes! How to clean aquarium glass.
Are you gonna read your line?
Me?
Yes.
Yes, it's your line, Zane. It's your line again. Yep.
Yes.
Now please face each other. Take the other person's hand in your own and look deeply into each other's eyes. They did, and he first looked over at Caspian.
Will you, Caspian, have Anne to be your wife? Will you love her, comfort, and keep her, forsaking all others remain true to her as long as you both shall live?
I will. Zane.
He looked over at Anne.
Will you, Anne, have Caspian to be your husband? Will you love, comfort, and keep him, forsaking all others remain true to him as long as you both shall live?
No.
I will.
How to invest in China?
I don't believe that is the problem at hand, boy.
Oh, just apply to be a part of Blizzard's team, then you'll invest in it plenty.
Honestly, just any corporation.
The rings were brought forward and Caspian took the first one. How does he know which one's first?
Caspian, place this ring on Anne's finger and repeat after me.
I have for you a golden ring.
Oh,
jeez, we're doing this, aren't we?
I have for you a golden ring.
You didn't need to yell it, boy. It is made of precious metal, which symbolizes that your love is the most precious element in my life.
It's made of precious metal, which symbolizes that your love is the most precious element in my life. Oh my gosh, come on. Pissing me off.
The ring has no beginning and no ending.
This ring has no beginning and no ending.
I thought it starts at its end.
Well, it symbolizes that the covenant between us will never cease.
I want this to end with their divorcing him, please. This ring is, which symbolizes that the covenant between us will never cease.
I place it on your finger as a symbol of the vows which have made us husband and wife.
Ooh, how did
place it on your finger as a symbol of the vows which made us husband and wife.
And I place it on your fingers as a symbol.
Wait, no, I already had that one read.
And reached in and took the second ring.
And place this ring on Caspian's finger and repeat after me.
I have for you a golden ring. Oh my
Absolutely
gosh.
question 3.
Caspian, you may kiss the bride.
Zane,
Yeah?
your line.
I thought I just said it. Huh?
No,
we're not skipping everything.
we're not there.
What? Fuck!
No.
God damn it.
Doing this.
I want this to end. I have for you a golden ring. I don't know where we are. Help.
Yep, it's the second I have for you a golden ring. You're
I
right.
have for you a golden ring.
It is made of precious metal, which symbolizes that I value your love above all else.
It's made of precious metal, which symbolizes the value of above all else.
Something about the ring going on forever. Yeah.
The ring goes endlessly on. So it's different this time.
Aw. The ring goes endlessly on. How to maintain a wood cutting board.
The ring goes endlessly on.
Just as our love will endure forever.
How to tell if your best friend you like. How to tell your best friend you like them.
Well, I think at that point, you're no longer just best friends. You're best friends with benefits.
Pretty sure they're trying to go above best, but
English! Do you speak it, motherfucker? Lois.
Just
Hey,
as our love
Lois.
will endure forever. Hi, Lois. I figured out how to grow stock flowers, Lois.
Oh, fucking
I
God.
learned it
Peter,
on
I'm not-
WikiHow, Lois.
Hey, Peter, I'm not Lois. You're drunk. Go home.
Aaron? I place it on your finger as a symbol of the vows which have made us husband and wife.
I placed on your fingers a symbol of the vows which made us husband and wife. Blah.
Then she takes the ring and runs. Caspian and Anne is as much as you have each pledged to each other your lifelong commitment. Love. Woo.
And?
What?
It's still your line.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes.
you have to keep on and finish the... I mean, it is kind of
Devotion,
separated.
I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Yes.
Caspian, you may kiss your bride.
We smiled at each other and leaned in and shared a brief but passionate kiss before turning to face their guest. I'm very tired.
How to get a tighter butt. Method 1. Doing targeted exercises.
I was going to say just do squats.
Yeah.
1. Try a beginner exercise. 2. Do squats. 3. Try walking squats. 4. Do bridge exercises. 5. Try donkey kicks. 6. Practice lunges. 7. Do the curtsy lunge. 8. Try a jumping exercise. 2. Getting exercise whenever possible. I want a fat butt, not a small butt, sir. Take the stairs, join an aerobics class, go for a hike, fueling your body the right way, hydrating as much as possible.
I mean, you could always just try to find out what Kiki Vice's workout regimen is then.
2. Eat foods that really, what if it just said be Kiki Vice at the end? 2. Eat foods that stimulate collagen production. 3. Cut down on salt. That's right, your ass eats salt. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present to you for the very first time Caspian X.
10th.
Aw, I thought it was Caspian X. That'd be cool.
No.
And his wife,
Would it?
Annie, High King and Queen of Narnia.
The pact is now sealed. I shall collect your souls in 80 years.
Wait, I thought we were getting married. You are. And then
You are, and I'm collecting your souls.
You are.
In 80 years, you shall be bonded together inside of me. Together. Don't worry. You'll
You
still
can
be
lessen the torment by returning those books that you need to return.
For every book you return, it extends it 1 year. But wait, if you don't have any books to return because you never read, then you still have to end it at the 80 years. So
I mean,
she's
if you
also
never
forcing
read,
you
I'm
back to the library to read. Ooh, how to attract girls. Step 1, make her happy. No shit. Find things you have in common. No shit. Be a good friend. No shit. 4. Don't be a creeper.
Okay.
No shit.
If you're being a good friend for the sake of getting laid, you're not being a good friend.
Do you want to know my favorite image in this though?
Oh dear God.
Just don't.
There's a lot to deconstruct here.
Step 1, make eye contact, but don't do a lot of eye contact or you might look weird. Step 2, don't stare at her tits. Step
Why would
3,
you need to say that?
don't go whenever she tries to touch you.
Well, no, if you look, what it is that he tried to do the fucking like shoulder touch, and she decided to pinch his arm to get him to let go.
Oh, I see.
I like Zane's description better.
Method 2, being awesome. 1,
I'm
build your self-esteem and confidence. 2, don't compare yourself to others. 3, take care of yourself and your appearance.
Yeah.
It's a picture of him taking a shower. I wonder what they're trying to get at with this one.
I mean, you probably should, yeah. If you smell like shit, you ain't gonna get nobody.
Be approachable. 5,
That
be an
tends to help.
amazing person. Didn't you say that earlier? Whatever. 6, be kind and funny. 7, keep up in school. 8, join sports!
That's not necessary, really. I mean,
high
yes,
school
you should
write
take
this?
care of your birth. You should take care of your body, but the sports thing isn't necessary, really.
This can not only attract many girls, especially cheerleaders and other girls that also play sports. So yeah, this is written by a teenager.
I was gonna say this can't be like whatever it said. Be awesome. There's no way this is for adults.
But also boost your self-confidence. Girls like boys who are in shape and are athletic. Try out for sports and get on a team with people that go to your school.
I don't know. I've seen some pretty big dudes with girlfriends. I'm pretty sure it's more just a whole thing of being a good person.
Ooh, how to do gradient nails.
Oh, that seems useful. Anyway, they headed arm in arm back down the aisle, and down the hall, reception would be held. Also, because it's a pseudo-medieval fantasy, a pseudo-medieval world, people are going to be outside their door listening to them consummate the marriage.
Woo! How to tell the age of your bird.
That also sounds useful.
That does sound useful if you bought your bird like secondhand. God, that sounded weird.
This isn't even just for like all birds. This is like for a specific kind of bird too.
What type?
Budgie. It's like B-U-D.
Parakeets. Parakeets. Yeah.
Yeah. Budgie's basically just the British word for parakeet.
Actually, that's one of the ways they call that, but it actually comes from the Aborigine word for parakeets, which
well, that would explain why the British use it.
Yeah, when translated means good to eat, because apparently parakeets are tasty.
That doesn't surprise me.
I'm gonna eat birds now.
I kind of want to try a parakeet at some point in time. Not my parakeets, of course, but
how to know if your mouse is fat?
I'm pretty sure that, like, with you saying that Ichitan, like, if you ever meet Ichitan, she's just gonna very much make sure that she's between you and her birds.
I don't want to try domestic birds. Like, I want to go to Australia and hunt some parakeets and just try them.
Yes.
Fuck. We're going all the way to the burning outback to find some birds. As they're fleeing from the fires, we'll shoot them.
Yep.
Parakeet hunting. Yes. That proud tradition. I'm pretty sure there are some that are bred for food.
I mean, that's a possibility. I could probably just special order.
But what's not to love about hunting it yourself?
Considering how small parakeets tend to be, I'm pretty sure that if you were to use a gun, it would explode.
Depending on the grain and the shell that you use, you could probably have one
the size of your hand.
Mm-hmm.
So just use something that has,
And bird mechanics work a bit different.
Hey, man.
Full of air.
I'm a bird hunter. Like, depending on how big or small the bird is, a shotgun shell and a play shot can be pretty decent for something like that. You probably would need something smaller than a shotgun, though, to hunt a parakeet. So, like, you probably use, like, a pellet gun or something, but...
yeah, that'd be less likely to make the bird explode.
Mm-hmm. But,
why are we talking about this?
I don't know.
Because...
I'm pretty sure it's your line.
Yeah, I was getting to
How to diagnose respiratory problems in gerbils.
The music had already started playing by the time they walked in. The first couple of dances were for everyone. The last one, though, would be the most important for all. Their first dance as husband and wife and king and queen, and mingle with a few of the guests before Caspian walked over and held out his hand to her.
May I have this dance? No.
How would dancing with a centaur be?
I'm pretty sure they'd have to lead.
Close to face.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm thinking. But
How to dance with centaur?
Damn it! I gave him ammunition.
I doubt there's gonna be anything on WikiHow for that.
Nope, but I found something on YouTube.
Oh dear God!
Don't look at that. Actually, this is cursed and disgusting looking. Everything about this
looks
is bad.
Cursed.
It's a very cursed video.
Cursed. It's your line, Zane.
I actually finished my line.
No.
Yes, I said my queen, and she gave her hand. And I said, "May I have this dance?" I said my line.
I only heard the "my queen."
Well, that's your problem, but fine. I'll say it again. She gladly gave him her hand, which she then held up close to his face and kissed. Mwah! May I have this dance?
No.
Dun-dun-dun.
Why, of course you may, my king, she replied. They walked out onto the dance floor, and everyone else moved out of the way as they began to cut a rug, clearing a path for their new king and queen. After the dance, they mingled with a few more of their subjects before deciding to bid everyone goodbye. Head up to their private chambers. Once they got there, he opened the door and lifted her into his arms, then smiled. Lifted her into his arms with her wrapping her arms around his neck, strangling him. Luckily, that was his kink.
I was about. I love you, my darling, he said, smiling as he moved in for a kiss.
Unfortunately, it was her first time doing that, and she ended up accidentally crushing his windpipe instead of doing what she was supposed to do in that situation.
Oh, gotta learn somehow.
I never understand why people are like, oh yeah, choking in bed. Yeah, you go for the windpipe.
I'm just picturing they both going for a kiss and they end up headbutting each other.
Neither one of them tilts their head.
Not as much as I love you, your majesty.
I'm going to throw you both out of the window.
And his kiss.
How to
help your dog and your partner get along.
I can tell you right now what isn't the answer.
Forcing them?
3-way. He carried her over with them sneaking brief little kisses along the way and laid her gently down on their bed. He then got on top of her, the kissing now becoming much more intense. This was what they both wanted, though. I mean, I'd hope that it was a consensual situation. I don't know why you need to point that out. It was the night they had been waiting for so long. Tonight was their night. Nothing was going to stop them from enjoying it. Absolutely nothing, including all the people outside the room listening in because medieval times.
How to do dressage training for arthritic horses.
All right, we're on chapter 3.
2 months later. It had now been 2 months since the wedding. You just said that. But Anne hadn't felt right for the last few weeks. She had been more tired
Gee, I wonder why.
And had been hit with rather severe bouts of morning sickness.
Gee, I wonder why.
She thought she knew why and had even told one of her ladies who suggested that she see the castle midwife. She did so that very day and her suspicions were confirmed. She was, in fact, 2 months pregnant with her and Caspian's first child. Now all she had to do was figure out to tell him this news.
So I've missed my last period.
Later on that night.
Why are you putting these pictures in?
Because WikiHow pictures are a treat.
There's several things wrong with that picture. Why did the dog's leg change color between pictures?
Well, it's from a inquiry about how you would check your dog's circulation. Maybe the dog's just losing circulation, is turning different colors.
It's the elusive chameleon dog. It changes colors based on its mood.
That's not really a chameleon dog, then. That's a mood ring dog.
Yeah.
I mean, chameleons are actually known to change their colors based on their mood. Turning brighter when they're in a better mood, darker whenever they're upset.
No sugar!
What is with that DeviantArt OC looking ferret?
It's the mascot for ferret food. Here, y'all want some kitten treats?
Oh, dear God.
Not gonna lie, that's actually kind of cute.
What the hell?
Meow!
Why is its head so big? Why does it have hands?
That's not so cute. That's kind of terrifying.
That looks like it's actually just a slab of baby.
Is it real or synthetic, baby?
Do you think ferrets like to eat babies?
They would.
Then yeah, it is how to give your ferret some treats.
And here we have a jar of baby slabs.
Also, I like how I've been fucking with this website so much at the top that it just has Explore at the top, and the only thing in the Explore section is random article. Like, I've hit random so many times to like, alright, we know why you're here. How to treat scurvy in guinea pigs!
Pardon?
They call me old green gums.
You could give scurvy to...
It's literally, isn't it? Cause like by deficiency in like vitamin C.
Yeah.
So yeah, it makes sense.
Diarrhea in doves.
Yeah, that seems kind of important to treat if you got a pet dove. Those things don't have a cloacal sphincter. So if it has diarrhea, it's just, oh god. It can't hold it in.
Oof.
It physically can't, because bird.
Poor bird. Alright, also, is it my line?
Yes.
I said later on that night. Have we gone past that?
Well, Tom did both the 2 months later and the thing after that, so.
So read the line after later on that night, Zayn.
They were both laying in bed. He was on his back with his left arm wrapped around her, and she was snuggled in close to him, with her left hand resting on his chest. He didn't have titty, though, so, you know, there's not much there.
It was kind of unsatisfying.
She looked up at him.
You know, it's a beautiful day out tonight. The sun, not a cloud in the sky, the librarian watching us from the trees. So, my love, how was your day? She asked.
It was horrible. Nothing seemed to go right at all.
Being a king sucks.
Oof.
I hate being king.
Oof. Savannah. She turned away from him briefly and smiled to herself. That was the perfect time.
Kill.
Did you just say kill?
I said cool, but in a weird voice. I don't know why.
Kill.
Kill.
That was the perfect time. Kill. You know, I heard something today that I think will really cheer you up. If I can remember. Oh yes, I remember now. I hate that. At least have a thing where it breaks the line. It says, like, she stroked her chin as if miming thought or something like that. It was something, because otherwise it makes it seem like, let's see if I can remember. Oh yes, I remember now. That's what it makes it feel like it's just immediate. Like there's no pause. It's just all together. And I hate it.
Yes, we're here too, Llytic.
It was something about a visitor that will be here in 7 months. I'm going to throw you out the window. I'm going to throw you out the fucking window into the waiting arms of the librarian.
7 months? Why 7? He stopped in mid-sentence, finally realizing exactly what he was saying. He shot up in bed, a huge smile on his face, and looked over at her. By now, she was sitting up as well.
Finally, a sacrifice for the gods.
we could give him to the librarian in order to stave off her collection fees.
Really? We're going to have a baby? Yes, of course. We have to give her soul somehow.
Yes, she said. She took one of his hands, placed it on her still barely noticeable at 2 months. Barely noticeable is a fucking understatement. And then laid one of her hands on top of it. I'm going to be a mommy, and you're going to be a daddy. And that sounds so goddamn disgusting to say in a medieval setting.
They both looked back at each other, which was when she noticed tears in his eyes.
Finally, a sacrifice for the librarian. She won't take me.
Caspian, darling, are you all right?
I won't be killed. Yes, my love, it's all just sunk in. I mean, knowing that's our baby in there. I mean, it might not be. This is biblical allegory, after all.
How to protect your ass. Oh, wait, so did the librarian hurt her?
I mean, for all we know, this could be a Virgin Mary situation where an angel just rolled up like, ding dong, bitch, you're pregnant, bye.
Ding dong, your virginity's gone.
What? You didn't consent to this? Bye.
Have fun explaining this to your husband.
Have fun dealing with this despite being underage. And realizing that I am going to be a father.
How did you keep your stocks in from
Yeah, sorry, I'd lost my place for a sec. She couldn't help but choke up a little as I know, it is hard to believe that that's our little prince or princess in there. They smiled at each other before both leaned in for a kiss. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't like the way that's phrased.
If it's a boy, Caspian. If it's a girl, Caspiana.
Yes.
Either way, it'll be the 11th.
So did all this cheer you up?
No.
Also, I know the perfect thing for hunting those birds in Australia, Tom.
Oh, dear God.
Let's bring a punt gun.
Oh,
no! 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 Those things are meant to take out whole flocks of ducks.
Exactly. We'll take out whole flocks of birds.
They're literally known for launching the boats they're mounted on backwards.
We don't need a boat. We're in Australia.
What the fuck are you going to attach that to? Because I can tell you right now, you ain't shooting that thing holding it yourself.
A tripod. Duh.
I was about to say. Set it up.
That's going to break your tripod.
Hey, as long as it's not breaking my shoulder, who cares?
I mean, if you're shooting this, it's like on a tripod, it's likely that you're still going to have your shoulder leaned into it in some way. The tripod's just there to keep it off the ground.
No. What I'm going to do is I'm going to caress it lightly so that when I shoot it, it's going to shoot out of my hands backwards into the wall behind me.
So it's going to recoil, the shot's going to completely miss and take out like a fucking eagle or something.
Yes, we're going to take out the endangered Australian eagle. It's
going to take out a commercial jet flying overhead.
No, not the commercial jet. Someone's going to be flying their private airplane. It's just going to their wings going to disappear.
It's going to be one of those planes that's meant to drop water on wildfires to put them out.
Yeah. Well, I look over at Tom. We better run because it looks like we're going to jail.
We're going to Australia jail. That's like a jail within a jail.
Yep.
Mega jail.
You know, suddenly the song The Beds Are Burning became a lot more relevant this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a fucked up joke to make. Especially considering the fact that song is literally about, Aboriginal genocide. But, anyway, it did. It really did. In fact, compared to this, Everything else that happened today means nothing. Our kingdom is being sold to the highest bidder.
But at least the librarian won't collect my soul.
Just our sons.
He'll deserve it, trust me. I'll make him a really shitty person so you won't feel bad about it.
I can already foresee several murders in his future.
They kissed one more time before reaching over, turning out the lights, and snuggling up close to one another. Yes, this day may not have started out so great, but at least for him. By the end of the day, though, well, you couldn't have found two happier people even if you had tried.
I had to kill them. The lion told me to do it to start an uprising against the librarian. He said something about trying to take back what was his.
Fat lot that did him in the end, though. 7 months later, the
crucified.
Civil War is over.
Just a dead lion in the town square. Let this be a warning to all of you.
Return your library books on time.
He said something about not wanting to pay his library fees. That's actually why the librarian took over. Aslan never returned books, and so being as he was unable to pay because God wouldn't have money, he had to hand over his kingdom. That's what happens when you don't turn in your books for thousands of years.
Interest rates could be pretty killer, even in the library.
Yeah. Who's lying? I believe Zane's.
Yes.
You said the 7 months later.
Oh, right. I have to say the next line, too, don't I?
Yes.
My bad. And, as usual, woke up first. What a loser. That was the easy part. Getting up and getting out of bed, especially this far along into the pregnancy, was a completely different story. She had by now managed to sit up in bed and had just started trying to push herself up off of it. When Caspian woke up, seeing what she was trying to do and that she was failing miserably at it, he got up and walked around to her side of the bed.
Need some help, darling? He asked, holding his right hand out to her.
Is my line?
I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself.
Yeah, you best not do that again.
And soon.
Otherwise,
yeah, because then either way, you'll be... Fuck.
I'll tell the librarian about your overdue books.
Well, now I kind of want to keep reading.
I was going to say, yeah, you better not get ahead of yourself or you'll be missing your head soon.
You should have quit while you were ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Need some help, darling? He asked, holding his right hand out to help her while at the same time covering his mouth so as to control the laughter that was just aching to escape. She immediately swung at him.
Yeet.
Seriously, fucking hell, dude. He should have known better. In these last few weeks, her mood swings had increased so much so that any little thing could set her off. So when she noticed he was trying to stifle a laugh, she pretty much flew off the handle.
And he got cracked across the jaw and was laid out unconscious.
Ooh.
Turns out the librarian would in fact be collecting a soul, just not hers.
Don't even think about laughing. This is so not funny. I can't do anything.
I mean...
No sooner had those words left her mouth than that urge to laugh, which had been so strong just a few short minutes before, vanished completely. Then in a blink of an eye, she was back to her old self again, just as nice and gentle as she always had been. Right. Sure. She moved over to him and wrapped her left arm around his waist.
Crushing his intestines. I'm sorry I got so upset, but I'm really tired of not being able to do anything. I just want this baby to come out already.
Ooh, how to shoot. With a 50mm lens.
What?
Baited you.
I'm just confused. I was more surprised by the fact that you were still doing this.
Why would I not?
Why are you surprised?
I thought he would get bored by now. It's been, like, about an hour.
And? WikiHow's like one of my favorite shitty websites ever.
Have you seen the WikiHow quiz?
No.
We'll need to do that at some point.
Caspian wrapped his right arm around her waist, pulled her close to him, and kissed the top of her head.
Mwah. Mwah, 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 mwah. It's all right. I completely understand. I know you want the baby to come out now. Ask the librarian; she can help. I
Be
do too,
gone!
but he or she will come when they're ready, and only when they're ready, unless the
I mean-
librarian says otherwise.
Or we could just do a simple banishment spell.
Be gone, baby! Be gone!
Out of his house! Oh, God. He let out a small little chuckle before heading off to get ready for the day. Get ready for the most pointless time skip ever.
Yay! I love pointless time skips. About 15 minutes later. All right now,
Told ya.
darling.
What is
All
this,
right.
an anime?
All right now, darling. I have a lot. You know what? Actually, no. About 15 minutes later. All right now, darling. I have a lot of work to do, so I'll be in my study most of the day. If anything happens, he laid his hand gently on her belly. Just have one of your ladies come get me, and I'll come running.
5 seconds later. Ah! Uh,
Don't worry.
I know. So
Be happy now. Here's a little song I wrote.
all day.
No. Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Be happy.
I will. They both leaned in for a quick kiss before he walked out of the room, closing the door behind him. No sooner had he left, though, than all of her ladies in waiting walked in, all of them very much looking forward to spending some quality time with their queen.
They've been fucking.
This is going to be a wonderful day. I just know it. She thought to herself.
Yeah.
Little did she know, though, that it was about to get even better.
I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry. Is this actually about to turn into a lesbian orgy?
Wow, 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 wow. I've been feeling.
Sexy saxophone starts playing.
About 10 minutes later, she decided it was time to get dressed, so a couple of her ladies helped her up and over to her closet. No sooner had she laid out what she was going to wear that day than a wave of pain shot through her, causing her to hunch over and hold her stomach.
One
What
to
is
2
it?
hours.
What is it, my queen? Damn it, I did it again. I'm sorry.
It's Zayd's line.
Yes.
No, it is your line.
It is?
Wrong.
Okay, cool. I thought... Damn it, I'm sorry. About 10 minutes later...
No,
What
I
is
read
it,
that.
my queen? One of them asked.
It's nothing really, Annie replied after it had passed. However, about 10 minutes later, it happened again. This time, though, it felt wet afterwards. She
Gee, I
looked down,
wonder.
and sure enough, she pissed herself. There was a big patch in front of her nightgown.
I mean, technically speaking, that baby is sitting on top of your bladder, but I don't think that's what it is this time.
Dun-dun-dun.
The baby just fucking roundhouse kicked her bladder.
I don't know why I thought of the John Cena theme playing as that happened, but I did. So
The John Cena theme playing as some poor pregnant woman pisses herself.
Just like as the baby's supposed to come out, it's just John Cena's face going, "Are you sure about that?"
No, I'm just imagining the doctor. I don't see anything there. She looked up at the two ladies with her. Okay, now, I don't want to alarm you, but I think I just went... You are distressingly calm. Just went into labor. Your water just broke. You weren't reacting like a person. I mean, you haven't been acting like a person the entire story, but particularly now. I want you both to help me back into the bedroom, and then one of you go and alert the king. Like, if this was like, I don't know, like your third kid, that'd be one thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
I wonder if kings actually cared back in the day if their wives were pregnant, but then again, it probably didn't matter until they had their first boy.
yeah, basically it was just a matter of succession. Or if it was a girl, then it would be a whole thing of being able to marry her for political power. That's why you don't want to be a princess, kids.
Yes, Your Highness. They did as they were told, and then one of them dashed out of the room. About 5 minutes later, Caspian ran in and over to where she stood.
Oh God, he's powering up.
One of your ladies just informed me that you are in labor. Is it really time? She looked down at the wet patch, and his eyes couldn't help but follow.
It's weird
You
how he
paced
didn't
yourself.
notice that earlier.
He is the legendary Super Zane.
Oh God, Super Zane Z.
He has become Xanos.
No. You see, actually, the Z in Dragon Ball Z stands for Zane.
Yes.
You're lucky we're recording because I would have said something really offensive.
Fucking hell.
No, it's just me and my friends that I hang out with. The rest are just we have a bunch of friends that are stupider than me.
Oh.
So we all like to use like the hard R and say
Mhm.
we know how to. We've mastered the R arts.
I got you. Anyway,
I don't know why that's so funny to me.
let's see, where the fuck? Okay, it really is. Oh wait, no wait.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
it.
no, I just realized that it's him saying it.
Mhm.
Okay, it really is. Here, let's get you all cleaned up.
All right, let's get you cleaned up. This baby's gonna be huge.
I mean, I was trying to go more for chills. Number 15. Okay, it really is. Here, let's get you all cleaned up. He went into her closet and grabbed a clean nightgown. Before coming back out and helping her change into it, why was there a comma there?
Mm.
There didn't need to be a comma there. He then, although it wasn't easy, managed to lift her up into his arms and settled her down carefully on their bed. Next, he turned to the ladies. Quick, one of you go and fetch the midwife.
Yes, Your Majesty, one of them answered, rushing out the door. While they waited, he leaned in close to her and gently held her hand. If you pay
Are
your
you
rent
all
for
right,
it,
my
please.
love?
Number 15, Burger King foot lettuce. The last thing you'd want in your Burger King burger. Someone else's foot fungus. Fine. She was about to say yes when the pain struck up again, this time much stronger. She grabbed his hand and squeezed so hard he thought it would fall off.
On a scale from 1 to 15, how much pain are you in?
15. He wasn't about to. I'm trying. I heard like a recording of him saying 11 earlier today. I was like, this doesn't sound right. Like 11. I don't know what it was, but like he put like the emphasis on the wrong syllable.
Was he going like L Evan?
Yeah, I think it was like 11. Number 11. Oh, God. He wasn't about to let her know that, or how much it, considering the amount of pain she was in at that moment. You know, it's really unfortunate that you don't live in a time in which rubber spatulas are a thing. As soon as the pain subsided, he leaned in, pushed the hair out of her face, and kissed her forehead. It's okay, darling. Everything's going to be okay.
Just eat this burger while you have your baby.
No one's feet were in the lettuce.
Don't worry.
An anonymous poster on 4chan.
It's not in this house, so you don't have to worry.
It was about that time that the one lady returned, followed by the castle midwife, four nurses.
The midwife looked up at Caspian. My king, as much as I know you want to be with the queen during this time, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to step out. We'll need all the room we can get, and I promise we will let you know when the baby has arrived.
He nodded resignedly. I'll be back soon, my love. I promise.
This round, the librarian versus Chills. Hive Mind.
This is the librarian. She's a horrific entity from outside time and space. Yes, I know that child. Why are you telling me?
Breaks the fourth wall.
He took Anne's hand in both of his and kissed it before walking out of the room. He headed down to his private study where he fully intended to wait, no matter how long, until he heard any news about his family. He knew this wasn't going to be easy, but quickly realized that it would all be completely worth it in the end. Tried so hard and got so far. In the
Meanwhile, back in the royal bedchamber. Oh God, this hurts, Anne screamed as yet another contraction ripped through her body.
Honestly, the way that you said it just makes me just someone mid like pregnancy, like mid like birth giving, just intense pain. Oh God, this hurts. Oh, I don't like this.
Just then, the midwife who had been checking her again looked back up and smiled. Good news! It looks like it's time to start pushing.
Finally. Finally, she breathed. Unfortunately, as soon as the word left her mouth, another contraction, not contraction. Another contraction swept over her, this time bringing on a sudden urge to push.
Okay, my queen, give one good strong push.
Was that hard enough? Anne didn't need to be told twice. She pushed with all her might, falling back as against the pillows as soon as it had ended.
All right, Your Majesty, just one more push and you'll have your baby. This is surprisingly quick. And like real life, this can take fucking hours.
Mm-hmm.
And often sometimes result in like the woman shitting herself. Needless to say, this isn't something that's some clean, beautiful process. It's horrific and disgusting. Your species disgusts me.
I don't think
what
I can
else
say
is
this
new?
one out loud.
Increasing your penis size with herbs? Is that why you bought the witchcraft books?
That's magic, not herbs, I think, but you know.
I mean, rituals. You just gotta find the right herbs for the ritual.
Ah, yes. Fuck, and I have to get off WikiHow and go into, I don't know. How to increase penis size using Wiccan magic.
Oh,
that's gonna bring you down a whole nother magic hole or rabbit hole,
a whole nother magic hole.
Yep,
Sexual incantations, Wiccan spell for all your carnal desires, spells to increase penis size, Wiccan penis size, lodging. All right. All right. Darn, that's a book. All right. And the damn it. The lodging magazine thing, it just brings me to a 4.95 pill that kills erectile dysfunction gets biggest deal in Shark Tank history. What does this have to do with the Wiccan magic?
That's actually what he was using to try and solve erectile dysfunction. The pills were actually made using magic.
I see. All right. Anyways, is it my line?
Yes.
Yeah.
Savannah. Somebody back in the study?
No. She looked.
Nodded and took a deep breath. About 30 seconds later, another contraction washed over her, and with it yet another overwhelming desire to push. She did so with all of her remaining strength, letting out one last scream. Then she died. And just when she was about to yell out that she couldn't do it anymore, she heard the sound that she had been waiting to hear for the past 9 months and 7 hours. The crying of a baby. Still halfway stuck inside of her. He had come out the wrong way.
The John Cena theme just starts playing.
No, this is not supposed. I see.
As soon as you brought up the dick magic.
I see. You're right. It's
as
not.
Soon as you started Googling dick magic.
Ooh, maybe I should type Wiccan out and just type in dick magic.
Oh my god.
Are you sure that's a can of worms you want to open, dude?
I think that might basically just be the synopsis for several hentais.
Oh, I found
And
the
regular
perfect
pornos,
coffee
too.
mug for Llytic. Ow.
Are you okay?
No.
Back in the study, Caspian was going crazy. Waiting and worrying. 5 hours had passed, then 5.5, then 6.5. What has been this scene? Why wasn't there a deliberate time skip there for this being 7 hours? Literally, it was just meanwhile back in the royal bedchamber. So for all we know, that implies that it was going on simultaneously with him leaving the room. I'm legit angry. If you're going to have a time skip, put a fucking time skip. Have a break in the paragraphs, like a little fucking line separating shit out or something.
Dude, I'd save your anger for something that actually matters.
Don't just put meanwhile back in the royal bedchamber.
I'd love to say more, but my throat hurts like shit.
This is like basic writing, Tom. This is rules that everyone should know. Finally, just when he thought he couldn't wait one more second, he heard a woman knock on the door and shot up like a rocket.
I see that you have the same philosophy as Mr. Peanut Butter. Writing books are easy.
No, it's not easy. It's actually quite difficult. But if you're going to write, there are some rules that are, there are some things that are very easy and obvious, and that's one of them. If a certain amount of time has passed, then you kind of need to show that said time has passed.
That's why all my books come with a watch.
You can't just have a section of dialogue and then say, by the way, this was 7 hours after that earlier scene. Retroactively.
Yeah.
Tom's line.
Hang on. Come in. There it is.
Come in.
Me.
Oh, I see. He also owns the mug.
Wait. Oh. I'm sorry. I don't feel well right now. Oh, I thought Tom said he had to leave, and I was like,
no,
oh, I guess
he said come in.
Come in. What?
And then you said me.
The door opened and one of Annie's ladies-in-waiting walked in. She looked up at him with a big smile on her face. "My king, your wife is asking for you. Come with me."
I have seen things that make me want to never get married. Or just have children in general. Do you have any idea where I can find condoms in Narnia so I'd never have to go through that shit?
Well, because you should have left with everyone else who was fucking off to some other place.
It's just a Narnian leaves for the real world.
I want to go to the real world.
I don't want to be here with the god lions and the white witches and the minotaurs and the centaurs. Centaurs are real creepy. All pervy.
Something just occurred to me. Narnia is an isekai.
Yes. Now you see why I dislike it.
There's some isekais that could be done well.
A whole bunch of fucks come into this world with no actual credentials and are just told that they're supposed to save everything and then do.
That's a classic Chosen One story, but with a few twists.
You gotta have some goddamn special skills. You can't just be told you're good at fighting and then be good at fighting.
What if you get taught how?
Well, then that helps. But there wasn't a fucking training montage in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
All right. But what if I get to bring a gun with me into the isekai world?
Oh, so the portal was in America instead of Narnia. Got it.
I'm just picturing an isekai where the dude brings a gun with him.
There's a fucking isekai out there about the guy just starts making guns.
Yeah, but I'm thinking he loses his gun, so the entire world starts to advance very quickly.
Oh, God. Oh, what the fuck is this? Just reverse engineer it quick. Anyway, I mean, if memory serves, part of the whole thing with the downfall of the canon is the fact that guns started becoming... I mean, the downfall of, like, the castle was the fact that guns started becoming a thing. Yeah. Anyway, they walked down the hall before arriving at the entrance to the royal bedchamber. She opened the door and let him in before walking back out and closing the door behind her. She walked in a little further and first saw the midwife, who was just finished cleaning everything up. She was still covered in blood. She looked at him, smiled, and nodded. There's several things wrong with this picture.
That's why it's the best.
Why is he so happy to have a ceiling leak on him?
I don't know, maybe because his baby's laughing at him. How to make a torch in Minecraft on WikiHow. Even I know how to make a torch in Minecraft.
It's not hard.
It's a stick and charcoal, isn't it? Or
a stick and charcoal or just regular coal. Coal you have to dig up. Charcoal you can make by putting wood in a furnace with more wood in the fuel slot. Because the whole thing is that charcoal charcoal also burns better than wood does, if it serves. Weirdly enough.
Interesting.
Point is, you put wood in the furnace not as the fuel, but as the thing being burned, and you get charcoal.
Wow,
Okay.
You're so smart. Will you be my dad?
No.
Aww. Okay.
Congratulations, Your Majesty.
What the fuck did he do?
She and her nurses.
He sat in the room.
Congratulations. She and her nurses walked quietly out of the room, deciding to leave the new family alone.
Congratulations on doing absolute jack and shit except for sticking your dick in her.
Congratulations, it's a boy. We will no longer have problems worrying about who's going to come after you in the Civil War that might have ensued if you didn't have a hair.
There's several things wrong with this image as well.
Is it my line?
Yes.
Ow.
After.
Ow. Can I fucking cough?
Yes.
Thank you. I did.
Are you done?
Yes. After watching them all leave, he turned back around and saw perhaps the most beautiful sight he had ever seen in his life so far. His wife, his queen, his savior, was sitting up in bed, looking completely wiped out, but with a smile on her face that stretched from ear to ear, and looking down at the little bundle in her arms. It was just a bundle of sticks. The librarian
I have come to collect my debt.
That's why she's holding a bundle of sticks. That's just what the librarian handed her. Yeah,
the librarian is actually looming behind him when they closed the door. She was just towering over it.
Then, as if she could somehow sense that he had come into the room, she looked up, met his gaze, and smiled before turning her attention back to their child, saddened by the fact that the librarian was also here, ready to collect.
Just imagining the bright librarian has the baby in one hand.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, just holding it by the foot with two fingers.
No. She's palming the baby. She has her hand palm up and the baby's just lying in it. She's fully supporting the child.
Okay.
Do you think I'm irresponsible? I take care of books, goddammit. I have to be responsible.
Knowledge is the most important thing. You must be serious with it.
You must treat knowledge delicately.
For knowledge is power, and I know everything.
As she's moving, her hands doing that whole thing you see with chickens, where her hand is staying completely level as she's moving around, completely level and in the same place.
That's funny.
Okay. She motioned for him to come over. He did, sitting down gingerly on the edge of the bed. He looked down in absolute awe and amazement at this little person. Oh my god, a baby wasn't born. They just kidnapped a dwarf and put him in a blanket. Peter Dinklage, what are you doing here? And why are you swaddled? so content in his wife's arms. She was absolutely thrilled to see that while the baby had been blessed with dark brown hair, like both of them, and had his eyes, there was overall, their overall was more of a resemblance to Anne. After a few moments of silence, anyway. After a few moments of silence, she looked back up at him, still smiling, and had tears in her eyes. I don't think that, like, I feel like the baby right now would either be asleep due to being exhausted or would be crying.
Probably.
Because the whole thing is that when a baby's born, it cries to get the amniotic fluid out of its lungs. Mm-hmm. This, as you can probably imagine, tires it the fuck out.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations, Daddy. She leaned forward a bit and
never say that again.
And carefully placed
I'm talking
the baby
to the character, not you, Tom. Continue to say "Daddy" all you want.
I feel
how
dirty.
to become a communist?
Easy. Just paint yourself red. You're good.
Well, you need to buy a hammer and sickle.
Yep.
Learning what communism is all about. Step 1: understanding the plight of the proletariat.
I mean, that's just important for day-to-day life.
I'd like you to meet your son, our son. Sorry, I had to finish my line before you went off on this spiel about communism.
2: contemplate how private property creates social injustice. 3: consider communist critiques of capitalism. 4: become familiar with the core text of Marxist communism. 5: read some secondary literature on communism that explains the context and evolution of the movement. 6: add some later communist works to your reading list. 7: remember that communism is strongly opposed to the acquisition of private property and needless consumption. 2: getting involved with communist politics. Or part 2. 1: read current communist and communist sympathizing websites and publications. 2: join and participate in local communist organizations. 3: participate in groups and causes that are based on or are compatible with communist ideals. 4: keep in mind that even peace demonstrations can lead to legal consequences. Part 3: applying communist principles in your daily life. 1: reduce your exposure to capitalist propaganda by avoiding commercial television and radio.
I mean, that's actually just a good idea in general because they buy stupid shit that you don't need.
2: choose where to spend your money wisely, for money is the lifeblood of capitalism.
Also good advice.
3: join a cooperative society. 4: minimize your consumption of consumer goods. 5: consider foregoing car ownership. Homie's getting on the bus. 6: hand your business to your employees and make it a syndicatalist union if you are an employer. 7: advance the cause of labor if you are an employee. Also, I'm going to pause real quick and I'm going to show you this picture of how to communism.
I mean, I will say that, like, the whole thing. Okay. But I will say that, like, if you do have the option to take public transportation, that's honestly the better option, both monetarily and for your carbon footprint.
Yeah. What the fuck were we doing again?
We were waiting for you to read your line.
As he looked down at this little baby in his arms, his son, Caspian,
who looks strangely like his mother.
Caspian
mostly look like his mother.
Start crying as well.
He's gonna grow up to look just like you, Anne. Which is really weird, honestly. He has your jawline.
That boy, what a jawline it is.
Turns out Caspian has a weak chin, whereas Anne's is very much strong. Oh god. Along with the day I married you. This is one of the happiest days in my life. I love you so much, my darling.
I know. I love you too. They both leaned in and kissed each other before leaning in and kissing their son on the head.
Whoa.
Oh, how sweet.
Oh, whoa, what's this?
Now
Notices your baby.
Fuck. God damn it. Ow. You're gonna kill me by the end of this, dude.
Dude, seriously, are you okay?
No, I keep telling you I'm not. I've had like the worst sore throat ever. That I've been like just drowning with like medicine so I can actually talk right now.
Oh goodness, I'm sorry.
Whatever, it's fine. This happens every once in a while to me. I just work through it. Along with the day I married you, this is one of the happiest days.
No.
I read that one and chills.
So, what are we going to name our little prince? Caspian asked, smiling down at his son and playing with his tiny little fingers. He
Prince.
broke them.
He'll wear all purple and will be a star at basketball. Also have an amazing singing career. Perfect. Only problem is that his title will be Prince.
So he'll be Prince, the Narnian, formerly known as Prince.
Yes. Time to get started on that basketball career. Honestly, my favorite thing about Prince being so amazing at basketball is the fact that he was also a very short man.
Nice. Rylian? Raihan! Raiden!
What?
And
about that, I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I've decided that since I went through all the hard work of actually giving birth to him, that it would only be right if his daddy was the one who got to name. I don't think you understand how division of labor works, ma'am. You do the work, you get the reward. You name him. Or is it just that you don't feel like naming him, so you're going to push it off on your husband?
I mean, that's probably the more likely option.
I don't feel like naming this lump of flesh.
This is my current mood right now.
I've posted that picture in chat before.
Well, yeah, how do you think I got it?
Is that... Oh.
That's right, I steal your fucking memes, bitch.
I mean, someone has to pay attention to him. Anyway, Dom's line.
Is it my line?
Yes, I just read my line.
Okay, well, that's very sweet of you, my love. I'd be really honored to do so. I've been doing a lot of thinking as well, and I think I've come up with one that we'll both like. What do you think about Rylian?
What do you think about John?
Cena?
Fucking damn it. Dun dun dun!
And his name!
John Cena!
All right, what do you... I'm just imagining, like, do you have any names in mind? Yes. All right, what... yes. And his name?
It's John Cena!
Just yelling at the doctor.
Here, Zane, for future purposes.
God damn it. Okay.
Have I not shown you the really long one I have?
Oh, no.
Show me.
God damn it.
Is there more?
No.
I'm slightly disappointed.
There might have been more posted later, but like this is the most I got from that. Rylian?
Swing from the chandelier.
And then it falls. And whisper to herself before saying out loud, Prince
Rylian.
Raihan. I don't give a fuck what his name is. I love it. It's the perfect name for a perfect little prince. They both
Nothing is perfect.
For the another kiss. And as they were parting, the baby started to fuss.
Oh my god, I want to throw all three of them out of the window.
Hey. The baby belongs to the librarian, sir.
Alright, fine. I'll just throw those two and I'll hand the baby over to the librarian. Thank you!
It's a kinder fate.
Than dealing with them? Yes, it is a kinder fate than being with his parents. The librarian will raise him right.
I was about to say, the librarian will teach him to be a man of respect and of honor and of library books.
The librarian will make him a great philosopher.
Yes.
Exactly.
God. It looks like someone wants their mommy again. Caspian smiled and kissed his son on the forehead before gently placing him back in Anne's arms.
Welcome to Narnia, little Rillian. One day this will all be yours. She took his tiny little hand in hers and smiled as she again kissed him on the forehead.
Stop doing that.
Welcome to Narnia, little Rillian.
His head's soft, and you don't know your strength compared to him. He's baby. What? He's fragile. He don't have much bone.
Baby have small bone, small weak bone.
Have you seen that one picture of like the skeleton of an adult and a baby, but like both of them are the same size?
No, but I remember poking my deceased younger sister's head in.
Let's not bring that story again. Let's not bring that one back up.
Why?
Because I'd really not like to think about that right now.
All right, I'll give you another fact about her then.
No.
She had 6 fingers on each hand and 6 toes on each foot. Yeah. The more you know about useless facts.
Anyway. God damn it, I can't find the picture I want.
Did I say my line?
Probably not.
I was trying to say it, but then somebody interrupted me. Nice revenge. Very good job. About 30 minutes later, one of the Queen's ladies decided to check in with a new family. Woo.
Did somebody say revenge?
Opened the door leading to the royal bedchamber and looked inside. What she saw just about melted her heart. She died. Maybe big bone.
Hey, there's some small bones.
Mm-hmm.
Creeper. Aw, man.
Aw, man.
You shouldn't have spoken the words. Got our picnic singing from side to side.
Creeper. Oh, man.
Aw, man. God damn it.
Creep.
Now all I can think of is just fucking Captain Sparkle's rap number in the middle of it. No hate on the man. He's very charming.
I've never watched anything he's ever done. I have no opinion on him.
Where the fuck? Okay, welcome to Narnia in 30 minutes.
Is Captain Sparkle Sparkle?
No, but he is very much a big burly dude. Man's got some biceps.
You can have sparkly biceps.
Did you say the about 30 minutes later thing?
Yes.
All right. Queen Anne was sitting up in bed, holding their new sleeping Prince Rillian in her arms, and Prince Caspian was lying on the bed to the left of her. His head was resting on her shoulder. His right arm was wrapped around behind her. Why was that italicized?
Because it was.
And his left arm was draped gently around the bait. Careful! He too was sound asleep. That's
dangerous.
Do not sleep with baby in bed. That how baby die.
That's
how
dangerous.
Baby die.
Yes.
Fucking hell! I don't like kids. Do not do that.
It really was a beautiful sight to behold, she thought as she walked back out and quietly. Definitely one that, no matter how much time passed, she knew she would never forget. Zane?
Let's just finish this.
I think. Well,
technically, we just did. I believe. So I'm currently looking up pictures of Captain Sparkles.
Mm-hmm. I think we should call that a night because we've been recording for about an hour and a half now.
Yeah. I do still want to show Zane the WikiHow game, but I'll do that after.
Okay.
Let's play that when I'm not.
Shoutouts.
Oh, right. Fuck. Shout out to Destiny Baird for supporting us on Patreon. If you would like a shout out either verbally or visually, then consider checking out our Patreon. Get your name on screen for as little as $1 a month, or me to say your name for as little as $5, as well as there's some other depending on what you go for. Including one that'll be really helpful. Finally get around to being able to do a certain project we have in the works.